Hello, welcome back to the channel, and today, a little low production value. I just got my phone here, and I've got a bunch of bets on my phone here. Just my best bets for the year, just things that I think that there's a bit of value in. I'll give out some value picks, but then the ones I'm more confident in, I'll let you know as well. Up first, we've got over 8.5 wins for Texas A&M. Now, I think Bobby Petrino is going to kind of do his thing this year. They had the best pass defense, I think it was, statistically. Obviously, the run defense got to improve a little bit as well, but number one pass defense in the country. They've got Alabama at home. They've got a few winnable games. I think they got a really good shot against Tennessee. And then at the end of the year, you have at LSU. But if you only need to win 8.5 games, winning 9 games cashes you out. You lose 3 games. You lose to Tennessee. You lose to Alabama. And you lose to LSU to end the year. You're still winning your bet, and you're making your money. So that's all we need there. Up next, we've got South Carolina over 6.5 wins, plus 144. A&M was plus 146, by the way, but plus 144 here for South Carolina. Love this one. They do it every year. They hit the over every time. It's still juice the over always. I don't know why. The disrespect for this program is unbelievable. I don't know what they do. I always joke with my cousin because he goes there, and it's like every time they're going to keep doing it. Okay, fair enough. So easy for them there. They've got enough toss-up games. Obviously, you can lose to Georgia. Obviously, you're going to lose to Tennessee. And then a few other teams in there are going to be tough to beat. Probably Clemson. I think you're going to lose to Clemson. But the rest of the games in the conference, I don't think the SEC East is all that again this year, man. And I think that they're going to be able to do their thing and hit the over once again. 7-5, man. Beamer's there and Rattler's good enough to win you some tough games. And we saw last year this came out of nowhere and beat Clemson and beat Tennessee. Just crazy stuff. The next win total is another plus money one, plus 124. We've got Oregon State over 8.5 wins. This is partially an emotional pick. No one loves them. They're not loved. They're not going to any conference. They're in the Pac-4 now. Probably going to be the Mountain West, relegated, I would say, out of the Power 5 into the Group of 5. I guess it'd be Group of 5 still. I think they can easily win 8-9 games. They've got a pretty good favorable schedule. They bring back a lot of guys. They have a super physical team. It's counterculture to everything in the Pac-12. The turnover chainsaw is one of the most badass turnover celebration things. They run the football like crazy. DJ Mcllelan is out there. I like what they're doing, man, and I really think they're going to be able to hit that over. Up next, we've got the Penn State Nittany Lions over 9.5 wins, so winning 10 games, minus 140, so pretty juiced here. That being said, they've got to win every game that they're favored in, and then, even if you lose to Michigan and Ohio State, like it happens, the last few seasons, you still get your bet. You still cash. Obviously, it's a bit juiced because that's probably what's going to happen. It's more likely that they're going to go 10-2 than any other record, but even if they slip up one game, they have a good shot against Michigan, according to the books, and they can still upset Ohio State because they always keep that game close. So I think it's a no-brainer, and it's one of the easier ones on there. The penultimate one here, we've got Clemson over 9.5 wins as well, minus 188. I believe they're favored in every game. They have all their big games at home. They've got, Duke's their opener on the road. We've got Notre Dame at home. They've got UNC at home. They've got Florida State at home. And only other game that they got really tough on the road, I would say, being strictly honest, would be South Carolina, which you just mentioned. But if you take both overs, obviously could hit for one. So, but yeah, minus 188. So a ton of juice, but don't worry. We've got some better picks for them coming up soon. The last 2 win totals, I know I said penultimate, but the last 2 are kind of combined here. We've got plus 148 for Michigan State and minus 148 for Michigan. I've got Michigan State over 5.5 wins. I know they're a bad team, but 6 wins is a must. You must go bowling. You must improve on last year. Mel Tucker's going to start feeling the heat. He's going to realize what he needs to do. Okay, I can't go on the schedule super deep because I don't want to bore you with the Michigan State details, but I made a video on them. I believe they can win 7 or 8 games, and you're getting plus money to do it. I think it's easy, man. Not super easy, but it's going to be a struggle at first, but I think they can, get one of the tough games. They've got 4 auto losses, which is you hate to see on the schedule, but that leaves you at, 8-4? You're going to lose probably 1 or 2 more of those games. That's 6 wins. You need 1 surprise win and win the games you need to do, and you're easily hitting the over. So I think 6-6 is plus money to make a bowl game is crazy for a program of Michigan State's caliber. And that's just me being straight up honest as a Michigan fan. And finally, at minus 148, Michigan over 10.5 wins. They're going to beat Ohio State, and they go undefeated. So if you're going undefeated, no problem. Speaking of undefeated, plus 240 for Michigan to go undefeated. I like that as well. I think that, they're favored in every game they play this year. So, everyone's scared of Penn State. I'm not on that Penn State bandwagon. I did not get the corporate letter that Penn State's win the Big Ten and going to the playoff. Everyone's saying it. Your favorite media person outside of me is saying it. Everyone's saying it. It's the cute company line. They're plus 650. Don't believe it. And the other team to go undefeated this year is Clemson, plus 380. I think they're going to be favored in every game as well, and I think that they're back. So that's just what's going to happen for them. Now, some conference championship winners. I've got Clemson plus 150. I don't want to spend much more time on it. I don't believe the Florida State hype at all. I think this is Clemson's division to lose alone, and they will not do it. Michigan plus 180. Again, kind of doubling down on that one. A value pick for the Big Ten would be Penn State at 6-1. I know I kind of mentioned plus 600. I know I kind of mentioned just a minute ago, like, oh, they're not going to do it, blah, blah, blah. Them still being 6-1 is crazy. It should be probably like 3-1. Michigan, the favorite, Ohio State right behind, and then Penn State behind them. But, I mean, Penn State needs to win one game, and they hope for a three-way tiebreaker. And then if they have the best West team that they have faced, they get in. So I think that could definitely happen. Another value pick for the ACC is Louisville. 14-1 plus 1,400. They've got a really easy schedule, one of the easiest in the country. Jeff Brom loves to win big games, and he's a damn good coach from Purdue. Now he's back over in Louisville, back home, and I think that, yeah, they could definitely make a sneaky run. I wouldn't be surprised if they're like the third or fourth team this year. UNC, it's as far as Drake May goes, so I can't really, super invest in them. And Florida State, man, it was a one-year thing, and I don't know. They've got some tough games out of conference. Clearly, week 1 with LSU, a loss against them. So, out in the Pac-12, it's really between two teams. I don't believe in USC. They don't have a defense. They've got the best player in the country, sure, but you've got Washington at plus 320 and Oregon at plus 340. It's really a pick your poison there. I think Washington, they got the best player in the country this upcoming season, in my opinion, in Michael Penix. But Oregon, plus 340, they need to be discussed too. So one of those two there. The long shot outside one for me, 12-1 Oregon State. Think about it. They leave the Pac-12, or they're staying in the Pac-4 now from Pac-12, and they win it. It'd be poetic, man. It's just only in college football would that happen. But it's becoming one of those sexy plays that everyone's on, because the same people that are telling you it's going to be Penn State are telling you it's going to be Oregon State, and that Oregon State is 12-1 for a reason. It's definitely a long shot, but it's a value play. And then speaking of value play, SEC A&M 20-1 plus 2,000. I think that if their offense is competent, they're a damn good team, and that's just being straight up. If you don't believe in the offense and you don't believe in Georgia, I think it's a good pick. Them or LSU. I mean, Alabama, I'm not super sold on either. But if A&M gets an offense, they were like a 9-win team last year, and they've upgraded a bit more in the portal. I had another great class coming in, so I'm a believer in A&M, as crazy as it is, and 20-1 I think is a good one. But a value play here, even as crazy as it is, minus 110 Georgia. They're going to be guaranteed in the game, and they're probably going to be favored more than minus 110. That's just how I view it. I said the same thing against Michigan last year, being plus 600, plus 650. I was like, listen, okay, they're going to be in the game, and that's all that matters. So you can at least hedge out against Georgia if you want. I wouldn't, but it'd be an easy hedge. So memory card cut out on the good old GoPro here, so we're going to have to fly with an audible here and finish up the rest of it on Zoom. I'll go quickly just because the production quality has gone down, but don't expect the video on Sunday. Sorry, everyone. Looking at the Big 12, I believe I left off at the end with A&M 20-1. Oklahoma plus 420. I don't believe in Texas as much, and if you don't, you can make a lot of money because they're the next favorite being Oklahoma is plus 420. So I believe there's a lot going on. I have a video on them, so check that one out. It really went well because a lot of Oklahoma fans agreed with me, and there's a lot of them on this app, so it's great to see. And super believe in Brett Venables. Big bounce back. Had obviously everyone leave with Lincoln to go out to Southern California, and now you get to stay and build almost a God's name and likeness, and bring in some guys in the portal, though, unlike Dabo, and really start to grow your own wings as your own coach. The other value plays that conference, UCF, you got Malzone, John Reese Plumlee coming in, 30-1 for a new team coming to the conference. Anything can happen in the Big 12, so you take your Flyers in that conference. And 30-1 as well for Mike Gundy. You got Oklahoma and Texas on the way out. Mike Gundy in the mullet gets the guys going, takes a personal revenge tour himself, and gets back to the championship game where he almost made the playoff a few seasons ago, in short. And then as for the national championship, Michigan plus 850. Again, I'm a Michigan fan, so I'm a little biased, but the value is there. They're going to win their conference. They're favored in every game. They're finally going to win a playoff game as a personal guarantee, and they're going to be in the championship game. So, worst case scenario, you want to hedge. They're going to be plenty of value for them to hedge. And but I don't think it won't matter because you're going to win the championship anyway. Michigan brings everybody back. Only one or two pieces they've lost, they replaced in the portal, no problem. And hey, Blake Corum's healthy, so is Donovan Edwards. And we're going to ride those two until we get into the national championship game, baby. Let's go. JJ McCarthy might take the next up the Heisman, but he won't because the winner of the Heisman, Michael Penix Jr. of Washington, plus 1,600. We saw the precedent last year with a West Coast quarterback winning it. Now the guys voting on the award, we know, do stay up and watch it. So they'll be up for that game. And they'll see who's this kid in Washington that's slinging it. Well, he was the guy that led the country in passing last season. He's got 2 pro NFL wide receivers playing as Huskies this year. And I think 16-1 is the best value you'll find on the board in addition to a guy I think that's very much going to win it. He, again, led the country in passing last year. He's got the system to do it. He's got a good enough schedule. And we know that the Pac-12 is not an issue. Last year, let him have a good award on the way out, win 2 championships, to 2-player championships and Heisman's, that is, on the way out. I think it'd be pretty good to help the conference out into the sunset. And then a super dark horse, Jace Mcllelan, plus 1,000, plus 12,000. So $100 wins you $1,200. $100 wins you, 12 grand, excuse me. So $5 wins you 100, it wins you $600, $5. So just something to think about there, because the way Alabama is going to want to win the ball, if you believe in Alabama, I think it's worth a little sprinkle there because they're going to pound the rock and he's going to have Blake Corum type numbers, I'd imagine. So that's all I have for now. Sorry for the bad production quality, a little audible mid here, but I'm running out of time and have no storage, no card here because I'm going out of town this weekend. So sorry for the bad planning on my part, but I've uploaded every day pretty much for about 3 or 4 straight months. So maybe one day off won't hate it, but I wouldn't be surprised if I find to put something out. So maybe I'll be able to find some time this weekend. But thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.